All right, so this is 91-1. We're going to kind of take a look at the DI. It says for each of the following, match the system of equations with the graph. So these graphs A, B, C, D, E, F will match with either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now there's a few things that we can do to be able to complete these, and that's using the substitution method or using the elimination method. Now typically the only time that you can use the elimination method would be like on number 4, in which both equations only have x squareds and y squareds. So because these are x squareds and these are y squareds, I can use the elimination method. So I can multiply this equation by, let's get rid of the 9s, why not? Multiply it by 9. And so that's going to give me 9x squared plus 9y squared equals, and that's going to be 225. Adding them together, you're going to get 13x squared equals, and that's a 162. So it's 261 divided by 13. We're probably going to have some sort of like decimal approximation here when we do this, but that's okay. So 261 divided by 13. So that's going to give me x squared equals 20.07 or 20.08. And so now we want to do the square root of that. So that gives me x equals plus or minus 4.56. So those are my x values. Now I got to find what my y values are. And so to find what the y values are, you got to plug them back in. So 4.56 squared plus y squared equals 25. I'll plug it into the second one. So that means 25 minus 4.56 squared. So that's going to give me y squared equals 4.2. And then take the square root. And so we're going to get y is approximately 2.05. And that's plus or minus. Now if you notice, this is plus and minus. Well, if I plug in the negative and square it, it's going to give me the same values. So my values are going to be 4.56, 2.05, negative 4.56, negative 2.05, and then positive 4.56. Maybe it's going to repeat. And then negative 2.05 and negative 4.56, negative 2. Oh, I already did that one. We need the negative with the positive. So the two positive values have the positive and negative. The two negative values have the positive and the negative. And so we have to match which one is that going to be. That's going to be, let's see, about 4.5, about 2.5, yeah, so about right here is where they intersect. Boom, boom, and boom, boom, so it's going to be F. Because those are the dots, right? There's a point right here, 4.5, 2.05, 4 negative, or 4.5, negative 2.05, negative 4.5, negative 2.05, negative 4.5, positive 2.05. And some of these you could even look at it and you can kind of understand like what it is. So like for example in number 5, this right here, that's a parabola. Well, don't have a parabola. That's a sideways parabola. Okay, I don't have any y, just like x equals y squareds. So that doesn't have a parabola. That doesn't have a parabola. So it's probably either C or B, right? And so that can also help us determine which one it's going to be. Well, this one looks like a parabola and then a line. That is definitely not a line, right? That's like a circle or an ellipse. In this case, it is an ellipse, and so that's why that's going to be B. And then when you go through and you find the values, you're going to find, 2 point something, 1 point something, 1 point something, -2, 1 point something, -2, and then -1 point, -2 point something, and then 1 point something. So you're going to be able to go through and do that. And then let's look at number 7. So in this one, we're going to have to use the substitution method because I don't have x squareds and y squareds. So I can substitute y squared in for x plus 5. Minus 25 on both sides. And so if I were to factor this, that becomes x plus 5 and x minus 4. And so x equals -5 and +4. And so we take those values and we want to plug them back in. So I'll plug them back into this equation. So I get y squared equals -5 plus 5. So y equals 0. So my point is -5, 0. And then if I plug in 4, I get y squared equals 4 plus 5. So y squared equals 9, square root both sides. Y equals 3, plus or minus because I took the square root. And so 4 for my x matched with both a +3 and the 4 matched with a -3. And so those are going to be my solutions.